Britain. 33 million vehicles, 250,000 miles of tarmac. Lights and sirens are no longer enough. The biker cops and paramedics are taking to two wheels to beat the most congested roads in Europe. They're a surefire way of getting vital help where it's most needed, fast.
Can you hold your hand up for me? Just relax, keep nice and still.
Does that make the pain worse? Yeah?
The bike squads of Essex Police and West Midlands Ambulance Service race to protect the public and save lives. Coming up on Emergency Bikers, a child's been run over.
Which leg is it that's hurting?
Essex bike cops on the hunt for speeders.
Yeah, this silver Mercedes here, 99 mile an hour.
And the emergency bikers protecting the public from explosive gas leaks.
I'll tell her. God, it stinks.
Birmingham, mid-afternoon. The city's roads are filling up with parents picking their kids up from school. And one of the most dreaded 999 calls is coming in.
Reports of an RTC, car versus pedestrian. It's a child.
Paramedic Mark Hayes is responding. On his Yamaha FJR 1300, Mark can cut through the traffic faster than an ambulance. The bikes carry all the same equipment and are fitted with our cameras, so we arrive at the scene of an accident the second they do. Last year, over 18,000 children were injured in car accidents in the UK. Traffic is the cause of half of all accidental deaths in childhood. Mark must get on scene fast. He covers the 2 miles in just over 3 minutes. A crowd's gathered. A witness is with the child and fills Mark in.
How are we doing? He's hit him on his leg, he's fell over, he hasn't got up over the bonnet, he hasn't hit the windscreen as far as we know.
All right, okay. Keep your head still at the moment, all right. My name's Mark, paramedic, I'm going to have a little look at you, all right. Keep still, have you got any pain in your neck? Just nice and still. Any pain in your neck?
Just let the paramedic.
No, good lad. Any pain down your back?
Just one leg.
There's nothing down there at all? All right, keep still. Move your feet for me. Okay, can you move the other one? No. Move your hands, all right? Good lad. Which leg is it that's hurting?
The boy's been knocked over outside his school, and now onlookers are spilling into the road.
Can you just step back for us, yeah? Oh, there's pain up here in your hip. Keep still, don't move, keep still.
Mark's satisfied there's no spine damage, but to check everywhere else, he needs to move the boy.
Can we roll you over onto your back? Can we? Okay. All right. Roll over onto your bottom. Roll over onto your bottom. Put your head on your bag and just relax. Good lad. All right, sit up for us, mate. Mate, just pop up for us a second, yeah?
Okay.
All right. Okay. I want you to move feet up and down for me. Okay. Can you bend your legs? Try bending your legs for me. Why? Why can't you? Right, because of the pain in the hip here. Right, okay, pop your leg back down.
The boy has a lot of pain in his right hip and leg. He may have broken a bone or dislocated a joint. Mark wants to get him to hospital to be checked properly.
Are you Mum and Dad? Right, okay. It looks, you speak good English? Yeah. We're going to have an ambulance come and we're going to take him.
Police officers arrive to investigate the incident, while Mark continues checking the boy's condition.
All right. Just going to do some little checks on you. All right. Good lad. Do you remember everything that happened to you? Can you tell me what happened?
Yeah, I was just walking. I was going to walk across the road and I was here and then I didn't know, like, when I turned around, the car just slammed into my leg.
Okay. Did you go into the side of the car or did you hit the front of the car?
Just in the front bumper.
Okay. What happened to you then?
I just fell on the floor.
Did you fall down or did you go up onto the bonnet? Did you go in the air? Or did it just knock you straight down on the floor?
Just straight down.
Straight down on the floor. Marvellous. we've got a vehicle en route, so we can assess him properly in the back of the ambo. We will be popping him off to Children's Hospital. I think you've been a lucky boy, haven't you? Yeah? Just going to have a little listen to your chest, all right? Take a deep breath for me.
Any accident involving a child will cause emotions to run high, and Mark's concerned the crowd are getting restless.
See people turning up and getting a bit upset and a bit high rate. So quite easily flare up and things kick off around you.
What car was it? What car was it?
In the confusion, a passerby mistakes the boy on the floor for her son.
It's gonna have to be me, mate. Oh my God!
He's okay, he's all right.
This is not yours. Don't worry.
My life. Okay, matey, let's get you off this horrible wet floor. Do you remember I said we're going to sit you up nice and slowly? Let's do that first of all. And just sit up and stay. How does that feel? Okay. Can you bend your legs for me? Can you bend that one at all? No. So what we're going to do then is we're going to help you. You keep that one straight. I want you to push up on this leg. I'll help you, all right? Push up on your good leg. Push. Push over. Good boy, well done. Wasn't that bad, was it?
The boy will be taken to hospital to have his leg and hip x-rayed to check for breaks. Getting him off the street should also calm the crowd.
When you've got a large crowd like that, and where tension can build quite quickly, there was a lot of people getting upset. I've had many occasions where the crowd's either turned on the driver, or I've even had, people have a go at me. And I've seen, drivers of vehicles that have been involved in RTCs get into punch-ups, phoning friends to come down, and before you know it, you've got a big crowd. It's not ideal working conditions, let alone the weather, but certainly the crowds.
Early morning, Birmingham. An emergency call is coming in. On duty, paramedic Steve Harris. The call is to an address on the outskirts of the city, to a man with severe stomach pains. The 3-mile journey takes Steve just under 4 minutes. He's first on scene. Inside the flat, Steve finds a man in agony.
How bad's the pain?
Terrible.
And is it just in that one spot?
Yeah.
Well, if you stay still.
Hey!
And have you been like this all night?
Yep.
So why didn't you phone?
Because I thought I was going to feel better, like, I can't take that paracetamol.
Yeah. So which painkillers have you been taking? Slow your breathing down again, mate. Have you took any cododramol?
No.
No, why not?
Because I give me a paracetamol.
Yeah. These are stronger than paracetamol.
The man also has medication usually prescribed for ulcers. An inflamed or perforated ulcer would explain the man's severe pain and need immediate hospital treatment. Inflamed ulcers can be painful, but if an ulcer bursts, it can create a hole in the wall of the stomach, leading to extensive internal bleeding and leaking of stomach fluid into the abdominal cavity. And that could be fatal.
Pop your arm on there. That's it. Have you ever done pain scoring before? 1 to 10. 10 is the worst pain you've ever had.
About 9.
This is about a 9. I'll pop this in and then I can give you something for the pain. You ever had morphine before?
Yep.
Why would you have had morphine?
I don't know, but I went to the hospital.
Yeah? And where was the pain when you had that?
Chest pain.
On your chest. Okay, sharp scratch.
Steve inserts a cannula so he can easily give Clarence morphine as an ambulance crew arrives to take him to hospital.
Hello.
Hello. This is Clarence. Sats a 97, heart rate of 99. Hang on, Clarence.
It's all right, you haven't got to pay us. Come on, young man. There we go. Have you got a coat somewhere?
Yeah, outside.
Right, whoa,
You got
nice
him?
and gentle, nice and gentle. just relax your stomach for me? You get me tense there.
Clarence will be taken to hospital for more tests to find out what's causing the pain. If he does have a perforated ulcer, he'll have to have immediate emergency surgery to repair the hole. By waiting all night to call an ambulance, Clarence may have put his life at risk.
We tend to find that with the elderly population, they don't want to bother people at night and weekends and such like. And they'll self-medicate, they'll sit it out and they'll bear the discomfort until the morning, and that's when they seek help. I mean, this guy would have been a lot more comfortable had he have phoned last night and gone to hospital last night and had this dealt with, instead of waiting all night in pain, waiting for the morning.
Essex, home to 1.5 million people and hundreds of thousands of cars. Policing the roads here is a mammoth job, spearheaded by the Essex motorbike cops. On duty today, PC Mick Wills. This morning, Mick is patrolling his favourite patch around Epping and Ongar on his BMW R1200 RT. High up on his bike, he's perfectly positioned to check passing cars, and nothing escapes Mick's eagle eyes. Mick follows the car round the roundabout and signals for it to pull over.
Sir, switch off and step out, please. Cheers.
The driver seems to have fallen foul of some Essex birds.
Yeah. You can't drive like that. You can't see out of it, can you?
Yeah, I thought if I try and get it off, I'll make it worse. I thought, well, I'll get home.
I can barely see into the driver's bit of that car, so you must be able to barely see out. I'm going to just sit in the car for a minute and have a look myself, okay? That's quite bad. Yeah, that is a safety issue there. Right. It's going to be a ticket, all right, for not having your windscreen, well, for having it obscured, basically. Yeah. Is it your car?
It is, yeah.
Do the washers and wipers work?
Yeah, I've just come around the corner, I thought...
How far have you come like that? A mile? Not got a bucket and sponge at home?
I have, yeah. I know I was going to clean it, but I thought, don't make it worse.
Not having a clean windscreen can get you 3 points and a fine of up to £1,000. It's a particular problem during winter months when drivers don't clear their windscreens properly on frosty or snowy mornings.
Yeah, that's a bit more permanent than frost, isn't it? I'll give you a ticket first, and you're going to have to stop at your first opportunity and get it cleaned off.
Do that ticket?
No. If it was minor...
First offence or anything else?
Is it? If it was a minor job on the windscreen, but there's a whole lot of rubbish on there.
I just thought doing it make it worse.
Well, not if you did it with a bucket and sponge before you left home.
But this man's not giving up.
Get a verbal warning.
No, but if, you know, it's not like it's happened on your journey, is it? You've left home like it, and you're going to go home like it as well. It's actually endorsable as well. £60 and 3 points. Driving without proper view. Do you have any points for your license at the moment?
No.
Every year, Essex police issue dozens of tickets for driving without a proper view. Mick needs to draw a diagram of the aftermath of the bird strike in case the man appeals against his ticket.
Cheers. The bit where he's looking out of was almost obscured completely. It's almost as if they've just targeted his driver's view area, because the rest of the car didn't have much on it. So yeah, he's had 3 points and £60 for his trouble, just for the sake of not getting a sponge out before he left home, you know?
It's 9 a.m. in Birmingham. A call's come in to the Bikers base in the city centre.
Call to Snow Hill train station, not sure what's going on at the moment.
Snow Hill is one of the 3 main stations in Birmingham city centre. With over 4 million people passing through every year, it's a frequent call-out for Mark and Steve. The station has 5 train and tram platforms, and as Mark rides onto the concourse, a station worker points the way.
It's down here.
On his bike, he's able to ride right to the stairs, down to the platform. He's made it on scene in just 3.5 minutes. The main rush hour's over, but the station's still busy. Mark finds his patient sitting on one of the tram platforms.
Hello. What's the problem?
Well, it collapsed on the tram.
Okay.
Well, we just picked her up, put her on the seat. But I said I wanted some air, so we've got her out here and we found you.
Right, okay. What's your name?
Baz.
It's what, sorry?
Did you say your name was Baz?
What's making you upset? Talk to me. Have you got any pains anywhere? What day is it today?
Monday.
Okay. And what brings you into Birmingham?
Gotta go to my dentist.
Okay.
I had a really bad toothache for a few days.
Toothache? Yep. And obviously you're off to see your dentist now.
Today, this morning, and I took some tablets.
What have you taken?
2.5 cocodamol and 2 ibuprofen.
Do you suffer with anything else?
I get a bit panic.
Yeah. But this at the moment, it's,
Okay.
I think this is a panic attack that you're having, an anxiety attack, yeah?
These attacks can be terrifying. They can feel like a heart attack or a nervous breakdown. Hyperventilation is a classic symptom. Women are more likely to suffer from panic attacks than men.
You're certainly not okay to be left on the platform, so I think what we're going to do, we'll get an ambulance and have a look at you in the back of the ambulance, all right? It's too cold to be doing anything here. Right, listen, Baz, yeah, you're going to be all right, you need to relax, yeah? You're really, really tense.
All Mark can do while waiting for the ambulance is reassure Baz and try his best to calm her down.
What I want to do is I want you to be breathing normally by the time that ambulance gets here. That's the goal, all right? So when you breathe in, hold it. 1, 2, and then out. Same again, hold, 1, 2, then out. Keep going like that, yeah. And out. Well done. I know it's cold out here, we've got a vehicle on the way, so we'll have you in the room. You're not cold, so in which case, then that's telling me all this is your anxiety.
I don't want to go to hospital.
Right, we can't leave you on the platform.
Okay.
Yeah, listen, all we're going to do, you're not going to hospital, is we'll get you onto an ambulance in the warm, get some details, do some checks, and you stay nice and relaxed and you can go about your business, that's fine, yeah? All right.
Panic attacks usually pass within 30 minutes. Mark's hoping that in the calm of the ambulance, Baz's breathing will slow down, as continued hyperventilation can prolong the attacks. But in the ambulance, Baz is still struggling.
You should be breathing about 16 times a minute.
Mark's going to have to try a tougher approach.
And I'm going to be firm now. We can fix you, but you've got to listen to us. If you're not going to listen to us, absolutely nothing we can do. If you want to get off the back of this ambulance and not go to hospital, you're going to listen to what we say, yeah?
That's going to go tight.
It's doing your blood pressure. You're going to relax back in the chair, let your body go all floppy, pop your head back on the chair, pop your head all the way back, and just relax, yeah? Pop your arms down and relax.
Okay, I'm okay. Oh, God.
Right, at the moment, you're not going to be getting off the back of the ambulance.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It's not happening.
Hold on.
What's triggered this off this morning? Is it the toothache? You know, I had an argument with your partner? Nobody upset you on the way into the city?
No.
Your last meal was 4 o'clock yesterday. How many cocodamol since 4 o'clock?
I had it before with my dinner, and I had it about 8. Well, it was just a little bit earlier. Probably about 11, 12, or 12. And then I got up about 2 in the morning and I had it again. And then about 1 this morning.
So do you know what you've actually done? That actually constitutes an overdose because you've taken more than the prescribed amount in a 24-hour period. You've taken way too many tablets.
But if it is the tablets, I won't take as much. I mean,
it's hard because if you're in pain, I mean, there's nothing worse than toothache. Dental hospital down here, that's where you need to go.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
That's where you need to go. Trust me, if you start getting worked up in there, they're going to call us out before any treatment, and you'll be going to casualty because it's bound to be me that comes out to you. All right. Panic attacks, I mean, they're far from life-threatening. Although the individual that's experiencing these episodes, to them it's it feels that they can't breathe, may feel as if they're dying. But I've yet to meet somebody having a panic attack that has. You've got to try and calm them down, whether that means talking softly, or trying to be assertive and trying to be strict. Different people deal with it different ways. I do try and be quite assertive and quite strict. And obviously if it doesn't seem to work, then I'll try the nicely approach.
Birmingham, early evening, a 999 call is coming in. Paramedic Steve Harris is responding. A cyclist is unconscious on the bank of one of the city's many canals. It's dusk, the most dangerous time of day to be driving any kind of vehicle. Every ride the paramedics take is unpredictable. 1 minute traffic's moving freely, the next it's gridlock, and no one's getting out of the way. It's a frustration Mark and Steve deal with every day. At the canal bank, someone's waiting to direct Steve to the collapsed cyclist.
Is she awake and aware?
She's not really, no.
She's not?
There's somebody there, including a medical student, so he's got her in the recovery position.
Hiya. Hello. Hello. Has she spoken to you?
No, we found her, she'd fallen off a bike.
Yep.
And she was shaking and she was frightened.
Okay. Was she shaking violently or just gently?
Gently.
Gently. Okay. But she hasn't spoken to you? No. Okay. Hello there.
The woman's still having a seizure.
You got a bracelet on?
Steve immediately looks for any medical ID, which might help him treat her.
You're well wrapped up, ain't you? Eh?
He needs to keep her as still as possible and must let the seizure run its course.
Okay.
There are over 40 different types of epileptic seizure. With no medical history to go on, Steve can only give her oxygen and reassure her that she's safe.
You gonna say hello? We're by the side of the canal in Birmingham. It's all right, nothing to be frightened of. I'm an ambulance man. My name's Steve. A few minutes and you'll come round. Let's have your finger.
A seizure is the result of scrambled electrical impulses in the brain. It can cause the sufferer to collapse suddenly and begin convulsing.
Right. This is our lady. Still fitting when I arrive. She's just starting to come round. She still hasn't spoken. Hello. How you doing? You going to tell me your name?
This lady was extremely fortunate to have fallen away from the canal rather than into it. Epileptics are at serious risk of drowning because seizures cause chest muscles to contract, expelling all air from the lungs.
Take you to the hospital, make sure you're all right. Okay, sweet? Here we go.
Can we sit you up?
Sit up on your bottom for us.
Come on.
There we go. Oh, she's all a bit achy. There we go.
Very often, if somebody suffers from epilepsy and has a convulsion, it can take some time for them to start to become awake and aware. They can be very tired, they can be very confused, they may not know who they are, where they live, etc. And it can take 20-30 minutes sometimes for them to come round sufficiently to talk to you and to answer questions. But in this particular case, this lady, she's still not responding to our questions, so it's taken her quite a while. Because we can't get a history, because we're not sure of what her normal condition is, what she normally suffers with, then we obviously need to get her in and get her checked and find out what's going on.
In Fulham, West London, National Grid emergency response rider Tom Foy is on call. The National Grid has 2 bikes, answering up to 20 calls a day in London. Gas leaks are a serious business. Any build-up in a house and the smallest spark could cause an explosion.
We've just had a gas emergency come in.
Tom's received a call from a woman who can smell gas in her kitchen. He rides a BMW R1150 RTP. And in a congested city like London, he's guaranteed to dodge the traffic and get to emergencies fast.
Hello there, National Grid gas engineer, you all right?
Yeah,
how are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Gas on or off at the moment?
It's off.
It's off.
The guy asked me to.
Natural gas is odourless, but chemicals are added so that people can smell it in case of leaks.
Could you smell the gas in here when you turn the gas off? Could you?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But mostly it was in the kitchen.
The first thing Tom needs to do is check for leaks, using a sensitive probe which tests the atmosphere for gas. But there are no leaks on the cooker. The lady's boiler is in her kitchen, where she originally smelt the gas, so Tom checks that as well.
So you smell the gas in here and the bedroom, which is above here?
Yeah, and the bathroom.
The bathroom's above
Bathroom's
here.
directly above here.
Right,
And those are the 2 rooms that I could smell it in.
Yeah, I think again what we'd like to do is check next door as well, just make sure there's nothing coming in from next door.
Tom needs to check the flue, which carries the exhaust gases from the boiler. Still no leaks, but he spotted something through next door's window.
I can quite clearly see from here that the knob on the cooker seems to be fully on. I mean, there's a lot of this whether the cooker's connected in the first place, but it certainly appears from what I can see here to be on. So what we need to do, we need to get in there urgently, really, because especially if this lady's smelling the gas in her property, there could be a build-up of gas in there. So we need to get in there as soon as possible.
The lady has keys to her neighbour's house. But at first, they don't seem to be working.
Let's have a look if that's...
Yeah.
Okay.
If they can't get in, Tom will need a locksmith or the police or fire brigade to force the door open.
There we go.
Oh, it's in. I'll tell her.
God, it stinks.
Does it?
Yeah, it stinks. I need to get
The house is full of gas. A flick of a light switch, a mobile phone, the doorbell going, anything could trigger an explosion.
Need to find the gas meter as soon as possible. Turn the gas up. Yeah, the smell's really strong, so we need to turn the gas off as soon as possible. Okay, that's the gas isolated. As you can see, this is the culprit here where the gas hole's been left on.
It can take less than 10 hours for gas to build up to explosive levels. Tom now needs to open as many windows as he can to try to bring the concentration of gas in the house down.
We've isolated the gas, so that's secured the gas leak for now. What we need to do now is get outside and wait for the resident to come back, because there's still quite a strong smell of gas in here, and obviously we have to think of our own safety as well.
With the gas shut off and the house being ventilated, it's been a narrow escape, not just for the homeowner, but for the whole street.
It was just a bit of a smell, but now I've found out and heard that actually the gas was building up next door. It's a real relief to know that I did something about it, because otherwise, it could have been a gas explosion for everybody.
Being a gas man, you do have to have your wits about you and keep your eyes open and see any possible sources where the smelly gas is coming from. Your instincts kick in straight away, because you know when there's something serious happened, especially when you open up the doors to a property and the kind of smelly gas just hits you.
With one disaster averted, Tom's straight on to the next one.
We've had a job come in and the ladies reported orange flames at the oven, which could be a sign of carbon monoxide. If it is producing carbon monoxide, then yes, it is dangerous.
Carbon monoxide is emitted from faulty gas appliances. It's odourless and colourless. If inhaled, it displaces oxygen from the bloodstream and effectively suffocates victims. Often people are unaware they've been affected until they lose consciousness. Carbon monoxide poisoning kills more than 50 people every year in the UK.
Hello there, National Grid Gas. You all right? How are you? Good. So there's no smelly gas in here. It's just...
No. If I go like that, that orange flame is going to leap up. Well, it did last time. I'll turn it up.
Let's see what it does in a minute.
But it's not doing it. How strange.
I think it will do, see?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
But it was leaping right up, look.
Was it?
That's not right, is it?
Okay.
Just that one flame.
Yeah. Okay, so there seems to be either something possibly on the burner of the cooker or maybe a small hole in it.
Hold on.
We'll just turn that off.
Don't tell me it's a piece of potatoes. I'm so embarrassed.
Why?
I can tell it's not going to be a fault at all. It's going to be food for
At the end
you.
of the day, if you're concerned about your safety,
yes.
we're here to look after you. So don't be embarrassed. You've done the right thing.
That means I've got a cooker that needs a good clean.
You've got a nice blue flame on there. We're not actually qualified for appliances, but what we do is a visual inspection. I did move a little bit of something off there, whether it was a little bit of metal or something like that. But you've got a nice.
Parsnip.
I'm just checking for gas leaks now. As long as we don't find anything, what I'll do, I'll make sure your gas is back on and your boiler's back on and everything. Okay. So just give us a few minutes and I'll do the paperwork. You all right?
Yes, fine, thank you. Yes. I do feel embarrassed because I do feel it was a little piece of potato or parsnip.
Okay.
It was a tiny obstruction.
Yeah, that sounds better, I think, doesn't it?
Rather than a piece of potato or parsnip.
Okay, we'll close that. Your gas is back on. Well, that's working perfectly fine at the moment,
good.
so I will carry on using it.
Right, I will.
Okay then, good luck with
many
it.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye now, thanks. I believe the lady was baking potatoes, so she suggested it might be a bit of potato skin. And obviously that's catching light on the burner and giving off the yellow flame. Lovely lady, we like jobs like that. Yeah.
Essex. Biker cop PC Martin Ackers is on duty. Today he'll be keeping an eye on traffic on the A12 with his laser speed gun.
Usual spot for me, really. Used to be a favourite spot of mine alone, but everyone else has seemed to have twigged onto it. And but it's the A12 three-lane section, Margaretting. Just really after the high-speed drivers coming down here. Not on my usual bike today, unfortunately, so not quite as fast as normal, but hopefully they will slow down on seeing the marked bike rather than the unmarked bike and give me a half a chance to catch up with them. Yeah, this silver Mercedes here, 99 mile an hour. And it's coming off.
It might not be Martin's favourite bike, but his BMW R1200 RT will still do 0 to 100 in under 10 seconds and accelerate onto a top speed of nearly 140 miles per hour. The driver's left the A12 at the next junction, and Martin pulls him over.
Right, okay, yeah, it's a 70-mile-an-hour road. Yeah, checking the speed of your vehicle today by the laser device. That's your recorded speed. Okay, 99. All right, 29 over the limit. Bit of a high speed, isn't it, really?
I'm sorry.
The policy is realistically at 96 and above, you should go to court. All right. I'm a little bit more lenient on this road, and I like to speak to people about the speed. Okay. Maybe if we were 1 mile an hour faster, for me, you would be going to court. So it was lucky it wasn't just that little bit heavier, isn't it, really? You know what speed can do on the roads. Yeah, the catastrophe it can leave behind, you know, if it should be one of those nasty crashes. All right. First of all, you're going to be willing to accept one of these fixed penalty notices. Yeah. Are you able to surrender your licence to myself now so I can send it off and pay the fine within 28 days? Watch out, go. Ta-da, sir. At the time of seeing the car, coming down the road there, the road was fairly clear. I tend to stick generally to a rule of up to 99. I'll give out a ticket. Policy guidelines are really at 96 and above, they should go to court. And yeah, he's got his £3.60 fine.
Martin can exercise his discretion. Usually if you drive in excess of 45% of the speed limit, there's a risk of an instant ban. Now he's on the hunt for his next offender. But as he heads down the southbound carriageway to turn around, he spots a problem. Someone's nicked his spot.
Good spot, turn up now, and got one of my mates here. Can't keep anything secret, can you? He's ignoring me. Do you want me to show you how it's done? You know what it is, why you're not getting them here? I can see you're too far away. You're up there, you're all right. Makes a huge difference. I bet if I go and stand up there and do it, I'll get one straight away. Outside, mate, look at him. I'm gonna have to get the speed gun. You're missing him.
But sadly, despite the ribbing, Martin's colleague knows when he's onto a good thing. He's not moving for anyone, and today, Martin's just going to have to find somewhere else. It's a wintry lunchtime, and Steve gets his next call-out.
Thank you. Received a 999 call to one of our hotels, report of a male who's fallen.
Traffic's light as he cuts across town, and Steve reaches the scene in just over 3 minutes. The patient's already been seen by paramedics today after blacking out and banging his head, but his pain has got much worse.
What's your name?
Harold.
Hello, Harold. I'm Steve. What happened this morning?
I went upstairs, went to the toilet, and I went to grab the toilet roll.
Okay.
And the next minute, down I went.
So when you went down this morning, were you unconscious? Did you pass out?
I just banged my head.
You just banged your head?
I managed to get myself up. Stand on my legs.
Let me just have a quick look.
Yes.
I can see it, yeah. And you say you had the paramedics out?
Yeah, check my heart, the blood pressure.
Yeah.
Everything was normal.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, you carry on with your weekend.
Harold and his wife are in Birmingham for a Johnny Mathis weekend, but it looks like they may have to curtail their plans.
What is it, like a sudden pain?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it makes you jump.
Yeah.
Have you fallen again? Or
No.
You haven't had any more falls?
No.
Okay. And what's happening to you today is unusual, never happened to you before, nothing. Okay. And what do you normally suffer with? Has it? He's got the loss, has it?
Pacemaker.
Right. Have you eaten today?
Oh, yes. Just had his dinner.
The ambulance crew arrives.
He came out, he's got a bump to the back of his head. Since then, he seems to, as he says, it feels as though there's something in his head. It causes him to jump.
You're normally fitting well?
Yeah. Well, he suffers with everything.
Oh, right, okay. Bit of everything.
You mentioned diabetes. Are you No. Okay. All right. Am I blocking the camera? That's all right. It's all right. What we need to do first of all is get him from here into the back of the ambulance, and then we'll do 1 or 2 little tests and blood pressure and such like. We may as well do it in there as in here.
I'm going to go upstairs to get my clothes.
Come on in. I see you stood up. Oh.
Standing in the course.
Right, now you've stood up, how'd you feel?
I'm told him, yeah.
Nearly. You might have been once. I'm shrinking by the year.
For all his joking, there may be something seriously wrong with Harold, and his wife's very worried about him.
He's been ill this year. I nearly lost him in September. And, you know, I'm really upset about it. And I don't never like to leave him, you know. Been married 54 years.
There you go. Okay. Just turn around and pop your feet up.
On the ambulance, Harold is still entertaining everyone.
Something about this?
You can have a laugh though, innit?
Oh, yes, you do.
Steve attaches electrodes to Harold's ankles and wrists to run a basic ECG test.
What's your gold watch?
Yeah, these wires tell whether it's real gold in it.
Green ones are on.
Yeah.
Okay, just keep still for me, sir.
Nice and still. Do you know what type of pacemaker you've got?
Yeah.
No idea.
Is it a pacemaker? It's not an internal defibrillator, is
That's
it?
it. That's it.
Right.
That's the
An internal defibrillator automatically shocks the heart if it stops, and its presence may be causing an odd reading. So Steve decides to give him a full ECG.
Right, so we're going to pop some wires on your chest.
Nice.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice and relaxed.
There's a possible problem on the readout.
There's a bit of a notch on that one, isn't there? Yeah.
Good man.
Steve needs to get Harold to hospital.
As soon as you're ready. All right. Okay.
But just as Harold's about to leave, his son's arrived.
It's okay.
Well, he's going to hospital. So,
It's a nuisance,
yeah, I know.
Harold will get a full checkup in hospital.
This particular patient, he's full of the joys of life. He's jolly. He's having a laugh. His philosophy is obviously you've got to laugh. You've got to get on with it. You know. However, his wife was a little bit more concerned. I think she was worried, obviously, about his health and the fact that this was happening to him. We've taken him to hospital because we're unable to interpret the ECG properly, and we just feel it's best for a doctor to have a look at him, check his ECG and make sure that the pacemaker's working properly and there's no problem there.
Do that first of all.
The boy who was knocked over hadn't broken any bones and is now back on his feet again. Clarence had lots of tests in hospital, which revealed his pains were all down to a little constipation. Baz took a while to calm down, but made a full recovery. And Harold spent 2 weeks in hospital after his fall, where tests revealed that his internal defibrillator had kicked in 10 times in the last week, saving his life. Next time on Emergency Bikers. A man's been assaulted in Birmingham.
You're going all rigid and you're pushing against us.
And biker cop Martin rides a fatal route.
It's not just one person losing their life, it's a whole family. Not nice.